successful AU student is a team player.
A successful AU student is someone who is involved.
A successful AU student is focused and is motivated to continue in their education and success.
A successful AU student is someone who does their academic work very well, but also takes seriously other things about what it means to be a human being, the life of the spirit and things like that.
A successful AU student is someone who is an effective time manager and who gets involved on campus.
A successful AU student is accountable for his interactions on and off the field.
A successful AU student is well-rounded.
A successful AU student is someone who explores new opportunities, whether that be in the classroom, clubs and organizations, or just trying something new.
A successful AU student is always in the library.
And another successful AU student gets involved on campus.
A successful AU student reads and writes a lot.
The recipe for a successful AU student is 1 part work ethic, 1 part aptitude, 1 part time management, and a generous dose of school spirit.
A successful AU student can manage their time very well.
A successful Aurora University student is one that takes advantages of all the opportunities offered here on campus. And that means doing all the work, talking to the professors, using the center, and getting involved in student activities.
One who takes advantage of other opportunities. A successful AU student has goals for their future.
A successful AU student is a leader in and outside the classroom. A successful AU student is a student that asks questions of the professor, of their advisor, basically all the resources on campus. The benefits of Aurora University is that we are a small campus, and so the students have the opportunity to really get to know professors and be comfortable asking those questions.
A successful AU student is one who is directly engaged in the learning process, who's actively learning, who's asking questions, who inquires, is curious, someone who is going to raise his or her hand and ask questions in class and speak their mind.
A successful AU student is someone that strives for excellence in everything that they do.
A successful AU student is organized.
A successful AU student is motivated. They're motivated to go to class, play sports, and live their social life.
The successful AU student devotes his time to schoolwork and gets involved.
A successful AU student is dedicated and determined.
I think a successful student at AU is inquisitive, engaged, open-minded, and willing to be challenged.
A successful AU student is always prepared, whether they're on the court, the field, in the classroom, or to their appointments with their advisor. Time management is very, very important.
Successful AU student is understanding, compassionate, and very flexible with their
A successful AU student is productive.
A successful AU student is also involved.
Hi, a successful AU student is organized, volunteers, and is a leader.
I think that a successful AU student is above all organized. Our students balance work and school and many other extracurricular activities. And so I think a successful AU student is someone who not only is able to balance but excel in the ability to organize and prioritize.
A successful AU student is a leader.
A successful AU student gets involved, whether that's joining a club team, doing a business club, being an RA, joining band, joining any of the clubs you'll see endorsed over at the spot. Getting involved is the main key to have success at a smaller college. Since there's only 2,300 freshmen or undergraduate students on campus, you can do anything and everything you want, and I encourage all students to do so.
A successful AU student is someone who grows as a person inside the classroom and outside the classroom.
A successful AU student volunteers their time for their community and for the AU campus.
A successful AU student is dedicated to academic success and committed to personal development.
A successful AU student is someone who will be a good citizen, well-informed, engaged in civil life, and will act with integrity and contribute to the greater good all the time.
A successful AU student is outgoing.
I would say a successful AU student is somebody who is a really well-grounded individual who's able to use their skills and abilities to help the world and the community around them.
A successful AU student is committed to the classroom and involved in the campus community.
In order to be a successful AU student, don't be a procrastinator.
A successful AU student is focused.
A successful AU student is involved in their community.
A successful AU student is involved in student activities because it offers great networking opportunities and great opportunity to make relationships.
A successful AU student is a taker and takes advantage of all the support that we offer here throughout the university community. Takes the opportunity to explore. There's a lot of new things that you can add into your experiences here that maybe requires you to step out of your little range that you're accustomed to, but would add and enhance your experience here. And then takes the initiative to get involved in clubs and organizations and get involved in relationships with faculty, administrators, other people that around here that maybe they don't know yet. And I think if you're a taker, you can be a successful AU student.
A successful AU student is one who takes initiative, one who owns their education, and one who questions and challenges themselves.
A successful AU student is a person who is involved and embraces challenges.
What makes a successful AU student is somebody who gets themselves fully immersed in campus life. They're somebody that really demonstrates their spark and pride. They're going to go ahead and they're going to attend activities on campus. They'll be involved with athletics, whether it's a participant on the field or somebody who's attending the games and supporting everybody. They're going to attend clubs and organizations, maybe even start an organization of their own. It's really easy to do. And they're also somebody that's going to know their campus resources and take advantage of all of those.
A successful AU student is a good citizen. Citizenship is one of our core values, so you need to be a good citizen every day you're here on campus. If you're living in the residence halls, you need to practice good citizenship skills.
A successful AU student is a future leader of tomorrow.
A successful AU student is someone who gets involved on the campus through academics, athletics, working on campus, student work corps, all that, and finds himself being a productive member of society and lives up to their full potential.
A successful AU student reads the readings before class.
A successful AU student is a student worker. It's a good way to meet faculty and staff, and also a way to outreach to other students and make new friends.
A successful student is one that gets involved. A successful AU student is one who is prepared, one who comes to classes with having read the material, is ready to discuss, and knows when assignments are due, and prepares ahead of time to complete them. I also think an AU student who is successful is one who uses the resources on this campus. There are tons of great resources, specifically the Center for Teaching and Learning. I think it's a great place to go to be able to get help with writing, but also with help with math and any other courses. So use resources, it's a great place. There's a lot that will help you succeed.
A successful AU student is prepared and doesn't procrastinate.
A successful AU student is a student that uses all the resources we have here on campus. We have the Center for Teaching and Learning and the library, faculty that work as mentors, and I encourage you to use absolutely every resource you can because it will help your success as a student.
I believe a successful AU student is hardworking.
A successful AU student is a happy student.